Hi YouTube, VidHead85 here, and I am simply talking right now to North Carolina. North Carolina, you've really taken a beating. Around this country and probably around the world, people are looking at you. And the 61% that is banded together to pass marriage discrimination in the state's founding document. If you look at any other provision of the North Carolina state constitution or any constitution, state constitution across this country, the right to marry, the ability to abridge a person's right to marry will not be in that state constitution, I am certain. Of course, there are set parameters for who can and cannot marry, and many of those are two consenting adults who are able, who fall within the parameters, except for gender. There is no rational basis for such. You claim to be protecting families, but you are indeed hurting North Carolina families. This referendum has probably put brother against sister, and many families who voted for the amendment have someone in their family voting against that amendment. And it could very well be personal reasons why they voted against it. Maybe because some have said yes and some have voted no. And families have been put apart instead of brought together. The only dialogue that you who said yes wanted to have is simply that we think it's wrong and now let's codify it in law. For the brave individuals who voted no on this constitutional amendment, when there are jobs to be gotten, when there are people to get back to work, I applaud you. But then again, you only did what you needed to do. And draw that line in the sand that discrimination in our state constitution does not belong there. And I say our, even though I am in New York. Every state constitution is ours. This country was built on the freedom to live your life where no one else is concerned. And in passing that amendment, you have abridged the right of privacy, where an unpopular minority is concerned. So all of you people who voted yes to pass this amendment, you have unintentionally woken a sleeping giant. 2010 was when a lot of the electorate had probably had no idea that they needed to get out and vote for the House and their state Senate and probably their governor. Many people do not understand that they have to come back every 2 years. But now you have organized the liberal base like you wouldn't believe. And with a presidential, actually that was a midterm election in 2010. But no matter what, you've energized a base that will be a force to be reckoned with this year. And in 2014, if they keep it up. So understand something, your victory is short-lived. Passing the amendment was your only victory. And it will be dismantled piece by piece. And the Supreme Court will issue the final blow. Your victory was won on May 8th. Our victory started on May 9th. And it will continue. Have all the votes. Do whatever you will. Pass laws against us. Go to court to abridge our rights. But we'll fight. We will fight. Because this is our lives that we are looking at. And this is our lives that you are laughing at. As you disenfranchise us. Our voice will demand, not request, because equality is not a request, it is a demand that we make. And that very demand bestows the dignity that you seek to deny. You feel as if we are non-persons. And you put us against the black community, you put us against the Latino community, you put us against the religious community. But yet, we encompass all of them. Baptists against Amendment 1. Reverend Dr. William Barber called you out for asking the wrong question about Amendment 1. And it is not about whether you're for or against gay marriage or marriage for gay and lesbian couples. It is simply, does this belief have a place in the state constitution of North Carolina, the first in flight? Regardless of whether a North Carolina court will uphold that it does, and I believe that if Amendment 1 goes to court, that it very well may be upheld. It is a likelihood because of the conservativity of the courts. But even if one judge along the way says that it violates due process and equal protection, you better believe that as a court decision I will be all over. And if there is a dissent, you better believe that every lawyer, every civil rights lawyer or every civil rights lawyer hopeful will be all over that dissent. And we will quote from it because it will be tomorrow's opinion. So North Carolina, the bigots and the people who are just uncomfortable with the gays and who they just give you the heebie-jeebies, understand this. You're going to be in for a rude awakening when that amendment is dismantled. Because I believe it will be in our lifetime. But unfortunately, it will not be in the lifetimes of many of the gay and lesbian North Carolinians who wanted to see it dismantled. But they've played a part. And you can call us whatever you will, AIDS carriers or whatever. But that one piece of paper that you sought to dismiss us from, we will proudly wave it. And it'll carry the banner of all states, North Carolina to Nevada to Montana to Colorado to California, Washington, Maryland, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Illinois. Well, Illinois doesn't have a constitutional bar, they have a statutory one. Iowa. No matter what, you keep fighting against us, we will win. First you ignore us, then you laugh at us, then you fight us, then we win. You are fighting with everything you've got because you know that you cannot hold us back much longer. The arc of justice may wait for a while to bend, but it will bend towards justice. Keep fighting against us. Do us a favor.